Hey y'all. So, this has actually got me a little wee bit triggered, just a little salty. Stop making me fucking defend women. I feel like a feminist. Stop it. Makes me feel dirty. Like, I was watching Sargon of Akkad's video about the grooming gangs in England, and I couldn't help but feel like just thinking, is this what you want, MGTOWs? Is this what you wanted? I can barely read my own writing. It's so faint. It's like I didn't write anything on the page. Like, you see the comments, repeal the 19th, or women most affected, and all women are children, or all women are spoiled, and la 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 la. And I'm like, I want to agree with you, but at the same time, you're wrong for making vast, sweeping statements. Like, my biggest fucking gripe with the entire thing about this is you're making these generalized statements, and you're no different from a feminist in doing that. And on my second channel, I made a whole video about how MGTOWs and feminists are both the same side of the same cancer coin. And it's just like, I want to agree with you, but also I want to disagree with you. Because, like, I don't want to feel triggered, but at the same time, I'm like, you're wrong, but you're not wrong. That's how I feel about this whole situation that I'm just bitching about because I am a woman. See, like, I make those jokes about, like, those digs because I feel like I'm a girl, I can. Now, I also watched Mr. Obvious's video about women could cost Trump's vote. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, I'm voting for Trump. And the thing is, a lot of people, I know girls in my generation, were kind of brainwashed to believe that boys don't have feelings. Boys are just kind of rough and tough robots that don't feel anything and yada yada. Girls have been brainwashed to be, do your own thing. You don't need no man. You don't need anyone to protect you. Meanwhile, I don't even want to go outside without a fucking someone to walk around with me because I'm terrified someone's going to abduct my ass. But taking away voting rights isn't going to make everything perfect. So the whole repeal the 19th thing, I get that. You're joking. I get it. But the people who are serious, you're an idiot. That's all I really got to say. It's like, you're not really thinking about it. You're just being salty. And it's making me salty. We can all just get into this clusterfuck salt mine, but whatever. How is making half the population a second-class citizen effectively going to solve this gender divide? You are only furthering it, and I cannot speak English. Like, for instance, I would totally love to be a stay-at-home mom, and I think if it was, economically possible, it would be fine. Kitty, what the hell are you doing? Get down. So, and I lost my train of thought. Okay. But to be an adult and not have a job is kind of shameful. You're kind of like a NEET at that point. Stop that, Kitty. Stop it. But then being a stay-at-home mom is like, in my opinion, is just revered. Kind of like, you are the anime mom, Akasa-san, hair on the side, ponytail with the apron. You have that heavenly image. You're taking care of the kids. Like, for instance, my generation, Gen Z, we weren't like the latchkey kids, but we grew up with both parents working most of the time. All of us kind of grew up with TV, internet raised us. If we didn't have a babysitter, we raised our fucking selves. There was no one watching us when we were terrified when Adult Swim popped up and we were frantically trying to look for the remote to change the channel. God damn it, cat. Because our parents were so fucking tired from work that they weren't able to really take care of us. I've always said that our teachers raised us. That's just the fucking shame of it all. I realized this back when I was in school, that we spend all of our time in the seat in front of a teacher, and we have maybe 2 hours with our family, and then we have to do our chores or homework or whatever. That voice crack though, or whatever extracurricular activity that they make us do, and you really get no ouch, damn it, you really get no family time, and that's a damn fucking shame. Because I remember back when I was a little kid coming home, and my mom had food ready sitting on the oven, and it was amazing, and like the house smelled awesome, and it was clean, and it was all good, and I could see her. And then like I think 2008 hit. Maybe it was actually a little bit later than that, but and then, you know, both parents have to work. I never got to see them, and that's the story of a lot of Gen Z. And then I think that also translated into girls being like, I can be this businesswoman, I can be the CEO, I can do all this, I don't need a family, I can have all this, like, I can deny my primal urges of wanting to create and protect. No. Just stop making me defend women, stop making me hate women. It's really just a double-edged sword. And I think I have cat hair in my mouth. Like, it's pretty much damn near impossible to be a stay-at-home parent at this point in time, which is the best point. It's like the best thing to really do for a kid, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, because not only are nurseries fucking scandals left and right, people either kicking your kid or touching your kid, or fuck, even when you know what? Because I live in a very mixed or diverse area, the first school I ever went to was primarily black. I was one of 3 white kids in my class. My brother was the only white kid in his whole class, and one time some kid stole his Lincoln Logs, and he was like, hey, give me those back. And then the teachers locked him in the fucking closet. I shit you not. And you know what? I was too young to not really remember the story. And that's why I only stayed there for like not even a month, maybe, because my mom said that my brother went to me and told me that they locked me in the that they locked him in the closet, and then she said, "Oh hell no!" And then as she was taking us out of that racist ass school, she saw this mural on the wall that had a bunch of black silhouettes pointing and going ooh and ah at angry faces at this white person. I remember he was sitting on a I remember seeing this actually, because I remember looking up and seeing that fucking mural, because I remember the angle. I was obviously a young kid having to look up at this fucking thing, having to reach up at door handles and shit. But man was sitting on a rocking chair, blonde hair. I think he was wearing like overalls and like a white shirt. It was obviously a kid's painting. He was profile like this. And everyone was like, ooh, fuck you, whatever. Blatant racism. But moving on. Generally, I just think it's the whole generational fuck up, because like what Mr. Obvious said in his video, ever since women got the right to vote, America got worse. And I'm like, that's a touch bit hyperbolic. And then he's like, well, spending and wages. I'm like, well, that's kind of the result of another portion of society joining the workforce. And I'm like, well, who's to blame for that? Is it women? Is it the people who let them in? Is it the feminists who were like, let women work? Is it the women who actually went to work? How do we fix that? Are we going to blame all the women now for what happened in the past? I don't know. Are we going to blame all women for the bitches that, or for the Karens that took the kids? Like, that's what I'm essentially triggered about. That's what I'm really salty about. Are we really going to blame everyone, just like how a feminist will say all men are rapists? Like, are we really going to blame all females? Just like, it's the hypocrisy, though. The hypocrisy. I'm always willing to be a devil's advocate. I'm always willing to look at the other side and try to look at someone else, look through someone else's eyes, wear their shoes, walk a mile in their shoes and shit. But motherfucker, hold on, I'm trying to find it. Okay, never mind. But motherfucker, I'm voting for Trump. I'm not a feminist. And I believe in men's rights, essentially. So I always find it funny when I get called a feminist, because I'm like, dude, I'm on your side. No, you're not even listening to me. You just hate me because I have vagina. So maybe I'll have to link my other video on my other channel. MGTOW and feminists are both Cancer. Maybe I can y'all can look for it. Whatever, I don't care. Either way, I'm ending this broadcast. This salt is over. I'm done being triggered and ranting. I guess I'll go. Bye.